Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here, first time watching me. It feels like it's been a very long time since I posted a video on here, so it feels good to be back. So hi, hello. In today's video we're talking about COVID-19 and the numerology behind it, the energies that it has brought to the collective. I understand that this can be a very triggering subject for some people. Some people have been very negatively affected by the virus. I understand that. So if you are likely to be somebody who is triggered by this, then maybe click off this video. This is a video for the majority of the collective who have not necessarily been very negatively impacted by the virus itself, and more just have had to enforce like lockdown rules and such. So again, little disclaimer, if you're likely to be triggered, maybe click off. Just wanted to put that out there first. So since we're talking about numerology, and COVID-19 clearly states it has the number 19. So the energies of the number 19 are very key at this time. They're like, this is the whole like theme, is the number 19 of what's going on, the whole internal growth and lessons that are going on within the collective. Some of you may have heard that there is a mass ascension and mass awakening going on at this time, which COVID is actually helping, believe it or not. There is some benefit to come out of this after it is all blown over, believe it or not. So what is the number 19? The number 19 talks about lessons of independence and lessons of personal power. And this is clearly seen at this time. Majority of us are in lockdown. We cannot see our friends and our family. We cannot go out and we cannot socialize with even our co-workers. We cannot, there's people who we would usually rely on to be there for us, to be our support system, I was trying to say, to pick us up when we are down. And we've now got to face certain lessons and certain challenges on our own and build up our resilience by ourselves and being by ourselves and becoming self-sufficient and becoming just very independent and individualistic. So if we break it down, and we've got the numbers 1 and the number 9. The number 1 is all about, like I said, independence, free thinking, learning how to go your own way despite other people's opinions, learning how to do things for yourself and face challenges head on. People who are life path 1s are either taking this the easiest or the hardest. It depends how in alignment you are. Life path 1s are naturally independent. They are naturally free thinking, and just they naturally know how to go for what they want in life and naturally know how to do things by themselves. And they're people who don't work well under others. They like to be the boss. They like to be in charge of their own life. Or they're people who are maybe out of alignment, and this time is going to be helping you come into alignment. But anyway, everyone, despite your life path number and numerology numbers, is going to be affected in the same way by this. We must ensure that at this time we are not using this to become recluse, to neglect from our responsibilities, to use this time as an opportunity to be lazy and do nothing and to lay about all day in bed, which, especially with all the energies that are going on in the minute, it is very easy. A lot of us feel like we're needing a lot of extra sleep. A lot of us are just feeling very tired and very run down at the moment. Try and push through this and try not to use this time. Granted, yes, this is a well-needed break for a lot of people, but try not to use this time as an opportunity, like I said, to just be lazy. So while the number 1 is all about the self, this number 1 is obviously the first number, and then the number 9 is the last number in the single digits. The number 9 is all about the other. It's all about selflessness. It's all about friendship and forgiveness and family and kindness, generosity. And this is very easily seen at this time. People are doing a lot for NHS staff. People are doing a lot for charity. People are being very grateful to key workers, supermarket staff, delivery drivers, stuff like this. People who are having to work at this time. People are doing like runs for charity. People are like donating food and volunteering their time. There's a lot of charity work going on at this time. And so that's all the energies of the number 9 is very clearly seen at this time. It's usually the energies which are within ourself, which can be a little bit harder to spot, but outside is easier to see. So make sure you do what you can for the community at this time, as well as turn inwards and reflect. What have you been putting off that you can now use this time to do? What skills have you always wanted to learn that you have just never got round to because you didn't have the time, you didn't have the energy, and now you want to do? Like myself included, I bought a keyboard finally. I've wanted to do keyboard and piano for like literally my whole life, and I've just never got round to it. Use this time to learn any skills and do any things that you have always wanted to. Have you always wanted to learn a language? Have you always wanted to start reading, start cooking? Have you always wanted to, I don't know, whatever it is for you guys that you have just always had a desire to do and always put off? Now is that time. Now is the time to delve into creativity. Now is the time to delve into deep passions that you have always had. Things that you loved to do as a child is time to come back. A lot of people are complaining about boredom. A lot of people are complaining that they have nothing to do, and it's because you are not trying these new things. Use this time to better your skills in whatever it is you've always wanted to, okay? And at the end of all this, when all this lockdown stuff is blown over and all this stuff is finally passed, a lot of us are going to come out hopefully a lot more charitable and a lot more independent and self-sufficient. We're going to learn how to face things ourselves. We're going to learn to go for things that excite us a lot more. We're not going to just want to do the mundane all the time anymore. We're going to seize the day a lot more and start to take advantage of life and take advantage of opportunities. We're going to not want to let opportunities pass us by. So it will actually be very beneficial. And I know some people have really been struggling with finances and stuff like that. I think majority of people who have been struggling with this, it has been a lesson in learning that maybe you are not in the career you want to be in. And I bet that for a lot of people who are, this is totally going off subject, but I am betting that a lot of people are not necessarily fully fulfilled in their job or have thought of something that they would have wanted to do instead, or like, you know, their dream job in a sense. Use this time to think about what that is and think about how you can maybe go for that instead and work towards that. That's like a little side note. I didn't even plan to mention that, but that obviously needed to come out for some of you guys. So I just wanted to mention before I end this video some really good crystals for this time. I've tried to pick some that I think would maybe be a little bit more common. But if you don't have any of these, then crystals are really cheap. You could buy some if you wanted to. They're like literally £1, maybe less. Some of them anyway. So some good ones are pink opal, pink tourmaline, moonstone, angel aura quartz. These are mostly like pinky colour ones, and ones like sunstone and orange jasper, stuff like that. The orange colour ones are really good for bringing you joy, friendship, pleasure, family, stuff like that. And then things like amethyst, black tourmaline, garnet and red jasper as well. If you don't have any of these crystals, or like I said, I tried to pick ones which I thought would be a little bit more common. You could just Google good crystals for the number 19 or for the number 1 and for the number 9. Crystals that are good for independence and crystals that are good for generosity and selflessness. And those will be really good crystals to have at this time. So yeah, just thought I would add that one there at the end. And I believe that is all I wanted to say. I kind of just wanted to make this quick video to help people see that this is not just a time to slack off and just take loads of time off. I know that I have sort of fallen into that category myself. You know, I'm not trying to disregard or disrespect or slate anyone for doing that. It's just a little pick me up reminder to say, do some more stuff. Don't just use this as an opportunity to sit back and do nothing. And that this will actually be a beneficial time for the collective, despite some of the negativity that has come from it. This will be very beneficial for the majority of the collective. Okay? Alright. I think that's all I've got to say on that subject. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was a little bit enlightening or a little bit beneficial to some of you guys, and hit that like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.